a new type of activity that I'm adding for this week. I tried to start adding it at the beginning of the week last week, and then I quickly changed my mind. I did it in the spring of last year. We would have discussions every day where students would ask a question about homework or the classwork for the day and then respond to one another. And I did these discussions because I wanted to try to facilitate mathematical discussion between everybody. But I did it every day last spring and it just got so monotonous and it turned into people just writing, I have no questions, just to be able to write something and get the credit for it. And I was the only one answering questions. And then I don't really think people were going back and reading my answers. So it just didn't feel very helpful. So I'm trying something new this year. So I want to share that with you guys real quick. I'm going to share my screen. So let's see here. I'm going to go to our homepage. Oh, I should have clicked on modules. I'll get there. So if you go to modules, so you'll see our homepage, and then the current module that we're in is the beginning of the year review and Canvas intro. Scroll down, and after the Flex Friday checklist from Friday, it should say week 1, post a question, answer a question, and apparently I didn't publish it. Okay, so now it's published. So if you guys would go on your Canvas page, and if you'll find this page, week 1, post a question, answer a question, and click on it. And let me know if you have trouble finding it. Okay, so what should pop up is this Google slide embedded in the page. Does everybody see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so hopefully you've been able to find this on your page. And so what I want you to do, so it's going to be a required assignment, but it's going to be weekly instead of daily, okay? So you don't have to check this every single day. It's just something that you need to make sure you do before the week is over. So I wrote, it is a requirement this week to make at least 2 contributions to these Google Slides. So one of your contributions needs to be a question about the homework, and another contribution needs to be an answer. You need to have your name on wherever you wrote your question or your answer to make sure that I can give you credit for this assignment. You may type your questions or answers, but it also may be helpful for you to add pictures or even videos. So if you want to record yourself explaining an answer to a question that was posted, then you can post that video on the Google slide. It is okay to answer a question that has already been answered, especially if you add something unique or have a different approach. I want you to put your questions in order according to the slide/problem number. So to help it make it more clear, I've color coded each day. So today's homework should be all the purple slides. So if I go to the next slide, number 1 is purple, number 2 is purple, number 3 is blue. That means that here we switch to Tuesday's homework. So if we go back to Monday's homework, you should, question number 1, you'll post all of your questions about number 1 here, anywhere on the slide, and then you guys will respond to one another answering those questions. So this is another way, aside from asking me questions on Remind or asking me questions when we meet virtually, to make sure your questions get answered between classes. So you'll use this the whole week, and you don't have to comment every day. All I want is 2 comments total, 1 being a question about homework and 1 being an answer. If you have no questions, I'll let you do 2 answers. That would be fine. But the question part is really important, so that we have something to comment back on. I would like you to guys to ask clarifying questions if you need it. And if you need to add a slide because one fills up, feel free to do that as well. I made this so that it should be public. You should be able to edit it as long as you're logged into your Winston-Salem, Forsyth County school's email address. What questions do you guys have about that process? Any questions? How do you guys feel about that assignment? Nobody has any feelings about the assignment? Hopefully it'll be beneficial for you guys. So that's that. Just make sure you get it done during the week. If you have more questions about it, we'll talk tomorrow and you can ask me questions. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to switch to talking about the homework / classwork for today. If you follow along and this is easy for you, then maybe you can finish your homework right now and you won't have any for tonight. Make sure you submit it tonight so that you can have it done for tomorrow. Okay, so if you guys will go back to your Canvas page and click on Activity 2 / homework, and it's more inverse variation review. You should be able to pull up a picture. It's a PNG document, and it should have the questions for today on it. You were doing question numbers 1 and 2. It probably looks really small. You can zoom in to view it more clearly. Has everybody been able to go back and find that? Is there anybody that cannot find it? Does everybody know what document I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so it's this document right here. I don't want to, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. I think that I can share my whole screen and then you guys can see both the document camera and the document. Let's see. Give me a minute. Okay. So can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna try, can you see my desktop?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the document camera running?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me see if I can make this so that part of the screen is the document and part of the screen is the actual problem. Okay. Let's see. All right. Is this okay? You guys can see everything that I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So I wish this thing would go away. There we go. Just go away. All right. So it says that in this investigation, you will explore the key features of an inverse variation function. As you work through the problems, look for answers to the following question. What are the key features to an inverse variation function, and how can the key features be identified using different representations? Okay, so it's talking about NASCAR racing. I don't know how into NASCAR racing your generation is. Wasn't a very big thing for mine. So automobile racing is one of the most popular sports in the United States. One of the most important races is the NASCAR Daytona 500, a 500-mile race for cars similar to those driven every day on American streets and highways. The prize for the winner is over $1 million. Winners also get lots of advertising endorsement income. Okay, so your assignment today was to do number 1 and number 2. So I'm going to do number 1A with you. And then I will do probably part of 2, maybe 2A with you. And then I want you guys for homework and the rest of class to finish 1B and 2B. Okay? What questions do you have? So this is inverse variation review. Okay, so in problem 1A, it says the average speed and time of the Daytona 500 winner varies from year to year. So in 1960, Junior Johnson, so I'm going to write Johnson, won with an average speed of 125 miles per hour. The next year, Marvin Pant won with an average speed of 150 miles per hour. It says, what is the difference in the race time between 1960 and 1961? So what is the difference in race time? Okay, so Amar, are you there?
Yes.
Did they give us time in this part right here?
Yeah.
What is mile per hour? Miles per hour, is that time?
No.
No, this is the speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to figure out time. Let's see. Tyrell, can you tell me how we could find time from speed?
Since it's 500 miles per it's 500 miles, they're going 148 miles per hour, you would divide the 500 by the 148.
Very good. Okay, so we're answering the question, how can we find time from speed? We're given, as Tyrell said, that the race is 500 miles long. Okay, so this is in miles per hour. So we know that 125 miles per hour should be equal to the total number of miles over the amount of time in hours. Okay, we're missing time, so we're going to need to solve for it. Okay, so this is the equation that Tyrell described. Jamie, are you here? Marian? Abimael? Marquez? Ruby? Ruby, are you here? I'm pretty sure Ruby was here today. Ruby? Yeah, Ruby, you were here.
Yeah.
All right. Ruby, can you tell me how to solve this equation for T?
T.
Yeah, how do we isolate T? How could we get T by itself?
If I'll be honest, I kind of forgot how to do this.
That's okay. That's why we're going over it now. So